told Cris that he could take the day. If you have any questions beyond what we talked about, we're prepared to respond to those.
Okay, bring it back to the commission. Any commissioners have any discussion on the topic? Commissioner Raines?
Hey, Mr. Chairman, the only thing that bothers me at all about this permit is it appears that I don't know why we'd be charging $200 for something that we're not charging anything for now at this point. That's a new tax. It's probably not appropriate. And, if they want to produce a permit like this, I mean, it's for the benefit of wildlife. There's no reason to have this fee in here. Other than that, if they like to do it this way as opposed to a different way, that's fine. But, new tax, a new fee shouldn't be where we're going. Thank you.
Commissioner Macbeth?
With respect to Commissioner Raines' comments, I would assert it's a fee, and that we should be, charging a group that is going to use department resources to get a permit, to pay that as opposed to having sportsmen or that come from other dollars. So that's how I respond to that part of it. When I look at this, I hark back to when we had the action to terminate the permit. NDOW was trying to terminate the permit of the gentleman that had the Gila monsters. And so have we, I guess my general question is have we dealt with all of the ramifications of everything he was doing and the going across state lines and the breeding of the Gila monsters and taking all of those issues into account? I assume we have, but that's what that comes to mind.
Yeah, none of this stuff comes for free. So, this is a reasonable fee. It's not an exorbitant fee. It's people that are coming to us from mostly consultants. Some of those take nothing, hardly any time. Some take quite a bit of staff time. So it depends on whether you want to spend money in other parts of the budget to give a freebie to companies that are, for-profit kind of a deal. So we didn't think this was kind of the middle of what people charge. We thought it was a reasonable thing to recoup the dollars it takes to process these things.
Mr. Chairman, just one quick follow-up on that, Ken. I work with wheat. Is that done by your organization as to the exact time expended and the dollar value so that we don't just take a wag at it? In other words, how many man hours or labor hours are put into it or whatnot? Because you get a lot of complaints, at least in my experience, with people coming up with fees. For example, we charge for every copy that somebody makes of a crime report, and we had to calculate that to the exact penny as to why we came up with that fee. And I just wondered if NDOW did something like that.
Yes, and that's how we kind of got to this figure. And
you got the backup material for that.
Yes, and the range is the thing we have to try to deal with, the low end to the high end. So we pick somewhere in the
Got it. Just want to make sure you guys keep
absolutely.
that backup and do that process. Thank you.
Okay, any other commission discussion? This is an action item. We'll take it out to the public. Any public comment on this? Mr. Flowers?
Rex Flowers, Washoe County Cab. We voted to support this, but the fee was an issue within our own cab, and we questioned it. And at that time, it was explained to us that all the department's trying to do is recoup some of the monies that are being spent through by personnel within the department. There's a good chance that they're not recouping all the monies that are involved, so we figure then it is a fair and reasonable amount to ask for. Thank you.
Okay. Any other public comment? Seeing none, I'll bring it back to the commission. Commissioner Rain?
On the recouping of monies, perhaps I wasn't eloquent enough on the reason why I didn't think fee is reasonable. Remember, we're recouping money for paperwork that we are making these people do. We created the regulation, us and the other federal agencies above us created regulation to make these people get these permits. So you're charging them a fee for doing something that you're making them do. It's not, if they were not required to get these permits and they were just allowed to do it, there wouldn't be any fee and there wouldn't be any regulation on this particular issue if it was just okay to do this. So we are charging them for something not that they are wanting to go out and do, but, well, they have to abide by the greater the governmental rules, right? And then we're creating a fee for it? And fee, tax, whatever, tax is a tax, by another name's a tax. But that's the issue here at hand, and that'll be why I won't be in favor of this with the tax fee, whatever.
Okay, any other commission comments? I'll entertain a motion. Commissioner McBeth?
I'll move to approve Commission General Regulation 399, LCB file number 148-12, special permit for the issuance of special permits with regard to possession and transfer of certain wildlife species.
I'll second that, but there was one little change they gave us yesterday. I don't know if we need to notate that. There was the of in section 1, subsection 1, protected for the purpose of reducing.
Okay, I'll accept that amendment.
A second.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? I'll call for the vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed?
Nay.
Okay. 6-1. With the changes we made on the agenda yesterday, we did move item G up, dealing with desert tortoises. So item G, Commission General Regulation 414, LCB file R153-12, desert tortoises. This is...
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chairman. We also have John Schoberg here to answer any of the questions. We believe that, well, we're in lock-sync with the federal agencies that are responsible for this. We also think that it's a prudent thing to do, limit it to one. We have adequate latitude in the regulation to provide for people that currently have these tortoises. So we would recommend approval of this proposed regulation.
Okay, thank you. Any commission questions? Seeing none, it's an action item. We'll take it out to the public. Any public comment on this? Seeing none, I'll bring it back to the commission. Any further discussion, or I'll entertain a motion. Commissioner McBeth?
I'll move to approve Commission General Regulation 414, LCB file number R153-12, desert tortoise, adopting a regulation relating to desert tortoises, prohibiting a person from possessing more than one desert tortoise under certain circumstances, and providing other matters properly relating thereto.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Mr. Commissioner Rain?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. You know, just on that, just let the record show on this that both the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service and the Department of Wildlife are acknowledging there are too many desert tortoises in private possession. That's a very interesting fact, considering they are endangered species. Having too many of them, I still don't see where that can possibly be a bad thing, considering that they are indeed listed as endangered. The larger private possession of these would, in many species, many other places, having them in zoos and other private possessions is what has prevented them from becoming extinct. Other animals. In this case, you have a huge reservoir, and the bigger it is, the better off you are. Because they're not going to extinct these people's houses. Obviously, these people are really good at this. Maybe we need to get them to do the job of rearing them for us or something. I don't know. It's fascinating that there's just too many of them, and I don't see the purpose of an additional regulation with no better reasoning than we have. Thank you.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, being in captivity does not delist an animal. The problem with these pet tortoises, which Mr. Rain, I guess, does not appreciate, is that they can't be put, majority of them cannot be put into the wild because they have spread diseases. It's been a huge issue for the species. So having them in the zoo or somebody's backyard doesn't contribute to delisting the animal. And so where we're moving towards is to try to lighten the load of these tortoises that can't be put anywhere else. We don't need any more privately bred animals that have the propensity to get other wild animals sick. So we're trying to reduce that number. People have an opportunity to have their tortoises, but we need to be working towards getting habitat restoration going and working with the county so we can have self-sustaining populations that don't require endangered species protection.
Okay. Commissioner Macbeth?
Just clarification, isn't their status threatened? Okay, not endangered, but threatened.
Okay, so we do have a motion and a second on the floor. I'll call for the vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed?
Nay.
6-1. We're moving on to item C,